Good morning, treasurers. This is your host, Parthesh Shah, co-founder of Fintech, and you are listening to Night Snippet. In the international market, late on Tuesday, American President Joe Biden made the pledge to have enough vaccine doses so that it will be available to every adult in the United States by the end of May, which is 2 months earlier than the previously expected. With the hope of successful vaccine rollout will improve the labor market along with 1.9 trillion corona relief package, which will heat up the economy and in turn inflation. Again, with future inflation fear inside, US 10-year closed 5 basis points up at 1.47 percentage points and 30-year closed 4 basis points up at 2.25 percentage points on Wednesday. US 10-year is trying to breach 150 psychological level again, and we all have to be really watchful. In the crude oil market, crude is trading at $64.07 per barrel. Crude's short-term range seems to be $61 to $65 per barrel. OPEC Plus meeting outcome will be declared today, and the crude oil prices will take the direction from the outcome of this meeting. Remember, Saudi had voluntarily done the oil production cut of 1.0 million barrels per day 2 months back and let other OPEC Plus nations to continue their supply. This time around, Saudi will use this as a leverage to make sure that no immediate easing of crude oil production cut happens. If this comes true, we may see crude oil prices beyond $66-67 per barrel once again. But if Saudi bends to other OPEC Plus member nations' demand of easing the crude oil production cut by restoring the supply by roughly half to 1 million barrels per day each month, then we will see crude below $60 per barrel. Avoid this event risk or take the momentum trade after the event unfolds. In the currency market, dollar index or DXY is at 91.07. With the surge in the US Treasury yields, DXY strengthens and is again back to 91 levels. If the US 10-year crosses 150, we expect DXY to cross 91.60. DXY is exactly trading at our resistance level of 91.05. DXY's today's range seems to be 90.65 to 91.64, but the long-term bear DXY trade is still persisting. USDCNY or Chinese yuan is at 647. USDINR with a high of 73.26 closed at 72.72 on Wednesday. USDINR's range for today seems to be 72.60 to 72.90. In the domestic market, the demand still remains weak for the GSEC ahead of Friday's 31,000 crore auction. Just to remind you, last week the central bank conducted OMOs worth 10,000 crores, announced another OMO scheduled today for 15,000 crore, and still over rupees 4,000 crore of gilts were devolved on primary dealers on Friday. This clearly tells you the story of a weaker demand. Interestingly, there is a good demand in SDLs from the insurance companies and pension funds ahead of year-end closing, and that was seen in Tuesday's SDL auctions as well. 515 GS 2025 closed at 579 versus 577 the previous trading day. 585 GS 2030 closed at 623 versus 623 the previous trading day. 3rd March 2021's T-bill auction results were 91-day T-bill at 322, 182-day T-bill at 348, 364-day T-bill at 372. Again, the bond markets are a very critical junction of 623 levels, and it does have closed above 623 percentage points. US yields have surged yesterday, and there is a very important GSEC auction tomorrow. Night's advice: do not take any fresh positions today until tomorrow's auction result is out. Do watch out for underwriting fees for 5 and 10-year papers. In last auction, RBI paid 44 paisa for 5-year and 49 paisa for 10-year GSEC. Night research will be available today with today's OMO cutoffs by 10:40 a.m. That's it for today. You were listening to Night Snippets with Parthesh Shah, co-founder of Fintech. See you tomorrow with the new episode of Night Snippets.